Hey everybody, it's tequila time, and if you notice, something's a little different. Something's a little different in several ways. We reoriented the studio, put some shelves up, and put all my tequila out for a show. It's even still a little hard to tell, but by the time I got everything put together, there's 88. There was 88 bottles up there. So it's a small collection compared to most. So I've since probably polished off. So there's just little bits left. So do some weight savings. Make room for some new stuff. I know I got a couple bottles coming. It might even be 3. One a little thing at work. So yeah. Yeah, we're probably down to about 78. Like I said, bottle kills, got to finish them off. There's that much left, finish them off. So that's what I've been doing. But we got the shelves up, we got the new sign up, changed the direction of the office a little bit, or the studio, whichever way. It's my office when it's not a studio. And so I thought, I don't have any new bottles. I have a bottle share coming up a week from this Saturday with the Kansas City Tequila Hunters Club. Looking forward to that. So I thought we'd pull out some añejos, extra añejos to try and take little sips of. Some of them you may know I have, some of them you may not. So without further ado, let's pour some tequila. First we're going to do, this was my 60th birthday present. So 80th anniversary El Tesoro. 85th anniversary, sorry. This one was done in Booker's bourbon casks. So as you can tell, we've liked this a lot. Don't want to have to replace it. Though I may, someday. Beautiful bottle, beautiful tequila. Oh, I forgot what this smelled like. Lots of fresh fruit, like apples. That's what I'm getting right off the nose. I mean, there's cooked agave in there. Wow. If that air out a little bit more. Wow. So we'll just go through the bottles and then I'll show you as I pour them. So we did the 85th anniversary. That's one that we're going to do. This is CJ Agave's barrel pick. I'm going to do Jaguar Añejo. This is really good. Nice barrel influence on it. Another little more budget brand. This is Alquimia Añejo. I can see if we can get it. There we go. Focus in a little bit. Doesn't want to. Anyway. And then last but not least, another one of my good favorites is the Cambio Añejo Tequila. So we're going to do little sips of each one of these. Don't have a time limit on this video. Been busy with this, been busy with work. I've got a little piece of artwork that's going to go up in that corner over there. It's one of the casualties of my Mexico trip. Trying to get 11 bottles of tequila back home in my suitcase. Didn't all make it. Well, I've got a bottle that was broken, and I'm going to make like a little collage thing out of it. I'm going to mount the broken bottle in a box with epoxy and then hang it up on the wall. So you'll see the shattered Fortaleza bottle. Actually, I believe it's the Los Abuelos bottle. Well, it cracked. But, no, we're going to do that. And then I've got another little LED neon sign at the lake I think I'm going to bring home. And another tin sign. Okay, whoops. Okay, I have back there. Right there, you know. It goes with the Chihuahua dog. So, I'm going to bring those back home. I'm going to put them up behind here. Loving my new It's Tequila Time sign. Even though you'll probably see it flickering in the camera. We've tried adjusting it out. It just won't. Sometimes it will. If I dim it down really low, no, see, it's still flickering. We'll just sit right there. I don't know. Might have to, as much as I don't want to, get another camera. It doesn't do that. We'll see. You know, El Tesoro, 85th anniversary. Lots of cooked agave. I don't get the apples like I did before, but I do get a fruit note. This is first tequila of the day, so. Wow. That's just. That's delicious. You can see the. Wow. Wow. A little taste of the barrel. A little caramel. Lots of cooked agave all over the place. Still catching that fruit note. Like I said, apples. I don't know. Lots of it. It's there. I just can't put my finger on it. Like I said, my first nosing of what was coming out of the glass was apple. Ooh, good. Yeah, I still. Today, it's apples. Is this worth the money? Well, my first inkling is to say no. I mean, there are plenty of good extra añejos on. I mean, the regular El Tesoro extra añejo is really good. The 85th, man, that's something else. They're not even the same. They're not even the same ball league. I love the extra añejo, the regular blue label. I drank it all. I probably had 3 bottles of that in the past, and this one because of its MSRP, it surprisingly, that's been since May, so it's been in a box and been hidden in another room in the box. It's delicious. If anybody has to first taste of it, I'd give it to them. Be here, come to the house. Once it's gone, I still have the box. Yay! This topper, though, will go on the bar when I do build it. So, let's see if it wants to focus on me. Can't get it to focus. Anyway, let's get the 85th anniversary. Because I'm gonna put that's so. You want to think I've been drinking some tequila? Hold on. Move. So I've been collecting stoppers off all my empty bottles. And so I got scratched around the house and I found this little milk crate. We might be a little full. So my plan is to use almost all of these in some way, shape, or form. The glass ones from Yayo are going to be difficult, I know. But most of them I'm going to cut the cork off here and then just use the topper. Or I'll drill holes into what I'm doing and then set these down in it and then pour epoxy over the top. But all kinds of neat ones. All the Lagrimas tops. Don Vicente. Lost Lore. Calle 23. Siete Leguas. Lots of them. Ocho. So, I mean, I got those, and I've got some Fortaleza ones that I'll probably be cutting in half long ways and then laying them out. So, lots of those. But so, just having fun with everything and getting used to trying to figure out whether I'm going to set up this high, stand up. I'm still playing around with what I want to do. I may get some different lights for, in front of my face. I don't know. Still playing with it. But, just content creation is an interesting, sometimes it just comes and sometimes it just goes. And can't base it on whether I have a new bottle. And going hunting is not, has become, I don't go out of state. I don't go far around town. But, there's some places I still haven't hit in the Kansas City area. I haven't done it really hard in Lawrence, Kansas. I have not gone to Topeka yet. I've hit all the hot spots in the Kansas City area. I'm going to have to probably switch to doing, I know that we've got a couple new Hispanic restaurants that are serving, that have some nice bar selections. May have to start doing that, adding those into the list. Do y'all have any suggestions? The other thing is I need to get somebody to come in here and sit down with me and drink some tequila. And I've been trying to do that for a while with a couple people. I haven't gotten around to that. It's not like I live close to town either. So we'll get to it one of these days. And I had my nephew on after his 21st birthday. I was doing a live chat on Instagram with some friends of mine, and got him on camera. But no, I mean, we're just like I said, still having fun with it. Work's been hectic, and a few other things coming around, and so I was like, I've been trying to not buy bottles. Yeah, did pretty good until first of the week, and then bought another one, all in one evening, and then got a notification that I ended up buying double from Sip Tequila, which is okay. I might have somebody that might be interested in trading with that one, so we'll see. And then I bought a backup bottle to my New York, New Jersey Pardilla Añejo bottle. Got a notification they still had some left over if I was wanting one. Well, that stuff was good. It was really good. And for the price, I was like, yeah. Shipping's the part that kills you. I mean, the price of the bottle's not so bad. The time you add shipping and taxes and it goes from being an $80 bottle to almost a $110 bottle. So if you can't find it local, you shouldn't buy it. Unless you have the funds to do it. I do sometimes. But back to our El Tesoro. That's just delicious. I mean, do I have have the whiskey influence of the Bookers? A little bit, because you get that caramel kind of note from it, the fruit notes from it. Those add to that. Because I'm pretty sure they ain't got apple trees around around the distillery at Alatania. No. But I'm sure there's some. Fruit trees, that is. But, it's just a note that comes through on that, and that is just, oh, so delicious. Yeah. If you know what this costs, you know why I said just a little bit at a time. We're not going to go into prices because I didn't buy it. That was a gift. So, it was a wonderful gift. Enjoyed every time I said it. So what should we do next? Well, we're going from an extra añejo. Let's do with what I don't have to unwrap, and we'll do the wrapped one last. Cambio. So this one was aged in a blend of French oak, Chardonnay, and Cognac barrels. This one is awesome too. This one, though, is also 92 proof versus the 80. Let me double check. Nope. This is 42.5. So, come on. About 85 proof? 86 proof. Yeah. Somewhere around there. This one's 92. And the way, there's videos out for, well, there's not for the El Tesoro, but there is for the Cambio. There's a video about how this is made, how they, and this is funny. I'm going to stop a second. So I went to a tasting for Blue Star Tequila, which is somewhat of a local Kansas City tequila. I mean, it's made in Jalisco. We were the first to harvest our agaves at night. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Somebody else, however, harvests their agaves at night and cooks them the same day. So, don't know that Blue Star does, but there's just things about Blue Star. It wasn't. It wasn't I don't want to use that word. It was a different tequila. A little unusual how it's made compared to some of the other ones that I like. So, like I said, not bad, not exceptional. Just a little bland. Though CJ was there with me when we did it, and we kind of talked about it, and we're used to full-bodied, complex tequilas that we like to drink, either alone, however we do. And Blue Star, the honey, they have a honey reposado, so it's finished in a honey barrel. It's good. The barrel influence makes it a little bit sweeter. I'm not going to say that it sweetens it. It just makes the sweetness come out in it. And the problem that we had with it, we were looking like, well, don't have a problem with the roller mill. Don't have a problem with using an autoclave. But most tequila brands that have a very flavorful, full-bodied tequila that use an autoclave do it under low pressure. Not Blue Star. High pressure. They shorten the cooking time by using the high pressure, and they're able to put out a lot of tequila. And, when you're getting started, that's probably a really good thing, but you need to slow down at some point. And, there's too much stainless steel in Blue Star, to me. There's not enough wood. There's not enough copper. And all stainless steel stills, maybe with a copper coil. And I think that there's just no. There was no major bad flavors to it. There just wasn't enough good ones. And I'll always be willing to go back. Their añejo was pretty good, but then barrel influence comes in and helps out that tequila big time. So anyway, get back on with Cambio. This one knocks your socks off. I swear. The blend of those French oak Chardonnays and the cognac casks really, really, really give this thing, and the mouthfeel on this. Oh, yeah. And the cognac casks really coming through. Lots of fruit sweetness. I'm still getting cooked agave out of this. No pepper. Wow. Fruit all over the place. Cooked agave all over the place. You can tell it's a little higher proof. But wow. It's just some really delicious stuff. Wow. You get a chance. Kansas City and Kansas and Missouri. This is now available in our market. You might have to do a little looking for it. But I know that Bubbles Parkville carries it. I believe Justin's in Lenexa carries it. Who else? I'm not sure if Mike's does, but it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be one of those ones where they're going to carry it everywhere. And, I would say eventually, if you like going to Total Wine all the time, eventually it'll probably be in there as well. But don't get in a big hurry. You need to go up and see Mike up at Bubbles and see what he's got. It's really, really good stuff. Price wise, it's not bad. I'm not going to quote any prices. I don't remember what they were. My first bottles bought were through Sip Tequila, and then shortly after that, we had this tasting with John and the owner of Cambio, and then just a couple of weeks after that, it was available here in Kansas City. So yay! I mean, yay! This is a really, really good tequila. Buttery mouthfeel, lots of agave sweetness. The yeast that he uses is wine yeast, and it needs to ferment at a lower temperature. So he has a hybrid fermentation tank, and then he distills in all copper. So yum yum, get you some really, really good stuff. So, looking up on the top shelf, I've got Siempre. No. Siembra. Jalapeno. I got Zumbador, Fortaleza. I have a bottle of almost every expression of Fortaleza up there. I have there's two winter blends hiding in the back that have just a little bit left over, but there's an añejo, reposado, a couple still strengths, and one blanco up there. Then we move to the other side, and we have some ocho, and so I have an old Fitz, Puntas. Was that 23 or 24? It's the recent one, 24. And then I've got the in the front I have an añejo barrel strength that I got here locally when it popped up, and behind it is the one that was the Sip Tequila barrel pick. And then I have a regular añejo, and then I have a reposado, and I also have a reposado barrel strength that was on the market, and then a regular plata, and then hiding back in there is a little bit of tears. You can see about that much is still left in the bottle. And then I got my little, my old Ocho bottle sitting down there in the end. That's the Widow Jane Repo. That stuff's really good too. Rumor is that Ocho's going back to some Widow Jane barrels. And they're going to do a Reposado Añejo and Extra Añejo. That's the rumor. Looking forward to it. And then hiding behind the Widow Jane back there is Amatea Barrancas. Then we have a couple El Tesoro Añejos. Well, one is the regular Añejo release, and the other one is a Knob Creek Rye release. The Mundial. Which, I love the Knob Creek one. I tried the Lefroy. It's good. I like rye whiskey if I want to drink it. And I have had a bottle of Knob Creek Rye. So that really worked out well. And then we have some Cultura, the Blanco in the back, the Repo up front. 3 bottles of El Tequilino. Actually, there's 4. One to the, I have some Reposado Rare. And one of the bottles is signed by Tony. So that will never get opened. And the other one's about half gone. I do have a bottle of Sorte Blanco, a barback bottle, behind that. Then we get into Lost Lores, and of course I've got, I have the Joven, the Reposado, the Blanco, and the Ambarana Reposado sitting there. All delicious bottles. Killer. Some more Cambio, the rest of the lineup, and then the Peral, the Cambio coffee liqueur. It's 80 proof. Infused Mexican coffee beans with Blanco tequila. Wow. Wow. Cascaween. I have many loves in the bottle in tequila, and Cascaween is one of them. I love my Ocho. I love my El Tesoro with the Camarena family, but man, and I like my Fortaleza. But as total brands, Cascaween, man, they knock it out of the park. I have several bottles. I have the Tohono Blanco. I have the Destino, which is behind the big Tohono bottle. I have a couple Plata 48s. I have the olive oil bottles of Chava Senior, Chava the First. I got all his olive oils of Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. And then I have a Cascaween Siete Leguas. Not Siete Leguas. It's the SVD. Reposado. That stuff. Man. The only thing that's ever going to top that is if I ever get a hold of a single barrel Cascaween Reposado. And the one that they've done in the sherry cask. I've seen it. I'm never going to get to taste it. And then behind that, I'd actually have one of their extra añejos. And then Lagrimas, which is made at Cascaween. And then I have some G4 Madeira. That's my favorite G4, period. I've aged some of it, so I can make my own aged expressions with that. And then I have Siempre Muerto, which the reason it's there is because it won't fit on the shelf with all the rest of the Siempre. It's tall. Looking forward to some of the stuff that's coming out of there. I know the Agave Social Club has done a barrel pick with them, so looking forward to that bottle coming out. Then, of course, on the bottom shelf, over here, is all the regular Siempre bottles. I have the Blanco Supremo, the Blanco, a Reposado. I had an Añejo, but I drank it all. It was almost gone anyway. And then we get the Jaguars, and then we're into Volans. I tried keeping as much, and I didn't do a real good job at it, but I did try to keep most of the noms together the best I could. And it worked to a point. But I have the Volans. I got to have a Still Strength, and I have a Reposado. Then I have a Wild Common, both the Añejo and the Blanco. High proof Blanco, yeah. Maybe. Then I have Melly's Tequila in the back with the Pardilla in the front, the Alquimia, and then the Tierra de Ensueño. Full bottle of that is the oldest aged Blanco ever made. It sat in the barrel for mellowing, ripened to the point it was about ready to become a reposado. And then that was Jay Bear's bottle pick that he did. Delicious. Knock your socks off. Got some samples from them. One of them was their new reposado. That's the one from Sip Tequila. I accidentally bought two. It's really good. Loved it. That's why I went ahead and bought one. Then somehow bought another one. But then they'll keep working our way down. I have what I have left. I have the high proof Blanco and the regular Blanco, and then the Luna and Sol boxes. Those are open inside the boxes. The bottles they haven't been touched a lot. They're delicious. Don't get me wrong. One was what was it? The one's in apple cider barrels and peach wine barrels. Wow. And then last but not least is the Suerte XA. Broke down about it, and for an XA, they advertise it about $129. That's not a bad price for something that's over 3 years old. So, and it's delicious. Probably one of my favorite ones from Suerte, next to their high proof Blanco. So that's the gist of my collection. That's just delicious. So there's room for expansion. Man, got that barrel note big time on that one. I'm gonna rinse my glass out a little bit. But what is always going to play a factor in any tequila, especially if it's aged, the question is how much. And little barrel char, that's not uncommon. Let's do the Alquimia, and then we're going to do CJ's bottle. CJ just had a birthday, I believe, this week. So he's off on a little trip with wifey. Hopefully, while they're up in Omaha, they get to go see our friend up there and his wife. Yeah. Back down to 80 proof. Cooked agave. It's been a while since I've been in that one. This one is organic, certified organic. The doctor that owns it, that was one of his goals. And wonderful tequila, really. And for the price, come on, man. That's I'm not mistaken. That's under $70 retail. For an añejo, that doesn't come around much. So, delicious, delicious bottle. Yeah. Mm. So, I mean, I could sit here and I could talk about tequila all night long. But, I have a few out there that watch on a regular basis. And shoot me a message. Leave me a comment on the video. Hey, is there something that you would like for me to do? At this point, I'm coming blank with some ideas, but I'm willing to do just about anything, especially with something I already have. I'm not a mixologist. My favorite mixed drink is a oh. I have one favorite drink. Well, I like margaritas. I like palomas. I love a batanga. That's Coke and tequila with lime. My favorite is always going to be a ranch water. I like the sparkly water, a little bit of salt, lime. Put it in a big honking glass. 2 ounces of tequila, maybe a little more. Lots of ice. Oh, great on a hot day. Even if you make it a virgin and don't add the tequila into it, I drink it all the time. Just got to back off on the salt a little bit. And I don't put that much salt in it to begin with. I have one of those salt grinders and I just crunch, and that's it. Into a big old glass. It's good. Like having it's like some of the ready to drinks, except that there's nothing there. There's lime juice, water, like I said, pinch of salt, and tequila, and wow. You got lime soda, they can get you drunk. You drink enough of it. I've done that once or twice, especially on a hot day. Mm-mm-mm. Good stuff. This should be just about readily available anywhere. I know he's got pretty good distribution. So it's easy to find. One of my local haunts has it. One in Clinton, he's got a couple of his lines. Total Wine has it. Mike up in at Bubbles of Parkville, he's got it up there. He's got the whole lineup, the whole Blanco, and he even has the extra añejo. That's the jump in price for them. I have not bought it yet. I probably will eventually. But the extra añejo runs, I believe, about $125 a bottle. So it's not going to be an everyday sipper, though the rest of them are, because they're under $65. Even the añejo. So good stuff. Get the CJ's here unwrapped. I do some of these bottles that I don't drink on a regular basis. I will wrap them, just so they don't oxidize, especially when they have nothing but a real cork stopper. Excuse me, tequila burps. The viscosity of that is just amazing. It's a really quick coat your mouth. It doesn't, the finish on it's not super long. Cambio has a finish on that lasts you about a day. But And of course the El Tesoro. That's got a nice finish to it too as well. So this, CJ Agave picked it at 1414. It's the Alma de Jaguar Añejo single barrel. He's running right at 99 proof, almost 100. It's got a wonderful color to it. Same time he came out with Mike Up at Bubbles did his. It was not quite this dark. Now I cannot get enough light on this to show you. We'll do it in the glass and see if that's a little better. But it's got a nice caramel color to it. Nice color. Cooked agave. Wow. Loads of cooked agave come up, slap you in the face. Barrel note. Get a little bit of that char in there. I'm getting those baking spices from the barrel. Wow. Strong, bold. Better word for it. You compare his to Mike's. I mean, the proof is down on Mike's. It's just above 80. This one's almost at 100. This is good. Mike's is good too. Don't get me wrong. Proof point and where that barrel ended up compared to this barrel, completely, you'd almost see two different tequilas. This one, of course, unfortunately, and CJ picked a great barrel, but this is my favorite out of the two. It's got way more bolder flavors to it, from the barrel, from the agave, from the fermentation. It's all in there. It's just a really, it's not by a large margin. I hate to say a large margin, but a large margin, it's better than the other barrel pick. But on the nose, which right now has decided it doesn't want to work. I am getting barrel influence, just of the oak tannins. A butterscotch caramel and cooked agave. That's the extent of my nosing for this, because this is getting clogged up. That's delicious. Phone's over here going off. Let's see who it is. Oh, Chava just posted something on Facebook. Looks like he was in Madrid on October the 1st. He's just now posting pictures. Wow. But, cool. Leyenda de Mexico. That's the bottle I couldn't Millie's. It's back here. It's behind the Perdilla. The day I tasted it, the day I did the tasting for it on here on camera, man, I had real sinus problems. Could not get anything off of it. I did initially, and then it went away. And I'm not going to say like lots of Millie's products, because TC Craft is way different. And I don't want to say that they're oriented towards women. They are a gentler tequila. They're a little more subtle. They're not as bold. Delicious. Do not get me wrong. Just a different. It's a different. I don't want to say a different category. Being, but it fits in. It fits into a different slot, just like the La Gratonia. It fits into a different slot. It's very not similar, but then it's similar. Yayo sometimes fits into that slot, especially on their initial the Blanco Reposado option offerings that they came up with were nice. They were easy to drink. That's Leyenda de Mexico. Not highly viscous, a little on the thin side, just but drinkable. I tend to go more bold flavors. That's just me. I like hot stuff. I like my Tapatio hot sauce on everything. I love Cajun food. I like things a little more spicy, and my taste in tequila is the same way. So it's everybody's palate is different. Everybody enjoys what they want to enjoy. Just enjoy good tequila that doesn't have a lot of additives in it and doesn't have things that you don't want. So you don't need added sweeteners. If the agaves can't produce enough sweetness to make it sweet in its own right, then you picked badly, and you made some bad choices. And it's your choice to to correct that or not correct it and stick with what you have. Like I said, everything that's on my shelves are stuff that I would drink at any point in time and recommend to anybody at any point in time. So we're going to end this up on that note and salute my friends. Have a good weekend, because this will probably come out on Friday. Enjoy a good tequila, and we'll see you after the bottle share. I'm probably not going to post anything next week unless I get something special, and might be, I've got $100 to blow that I just got for free, so who knows? Depends on where I go. But again, you got any suggestions for content? Something you want me to do? Someplace you want me to go? Hey, put it in the comments. Anything to be appreciated. We'll see you soon. Salute.